He's speaking with Mike and the media.
AD, looked like you were dealing with some soreness throughout the game. Just wondered what that was like for you, how you played through it, and what the plan is just as you go day to day now for the next couple of games.
Yeah, it was bothering me through the course of the game, start to finish. But I say it's a time where we have to be able to fight through it. For me personally, to try to help the team gather these wins to keep the hopes alive of the getting the play in. So doing everything I could on the sideline to keep it warm, and then got a couple days before we play. Try to get it right. Do some treatment more today and then tomorrow, and be ready for Phoenix.
And just with you and the medical staff, what's the understanding of it as to making sure that you don't make it any worse versus expected soreness? How was that conversation?
I think they said I can't get any worse, I think, but so once I hear that, then I'm, if I can't make it any worse, then it's just going out and making sure I'm comfortable, make sure the feels comfortable enough to go out there and play.
Kyle.
That's okay. AD, I know you guys have had games like this, or have had games where you haven't shown up with the right urgency or the right effort, but another one tonight where it seems like the effort's there. You guys are kind of putting it all out there, and then in the fourth quarter, whatever happens, it kind of unravels. Do those losses feel different than other ones that aren't as close, or where you're not bringing the appropriate effort?
No, for sure. Fought extremely hard. The guys fought extremely hard today. Like I said, that fourth quarter, last 5.5, 6 minutes, costly turnovers. I missed a couple layups. We missed some easy shots, and I made some tough ones. But, it's we made some costly turnovers. At the end, it was always the last 5 minutes. They kind of hurt us. But overall, like I said, the guys played extremely hard. We all did fought. We just got to do a better job closing out games, getting over that hump.
AD, it's yet another instance where you and LeBron being on the court together were short-lived. You got to play together against the Pelicans, and today you don't have him. How hard is it to be able to get a true representation of what you guys are as a team without you guys consistently being in there?
Yeah, we never did all year. I think us three being me, Brown, and Russ, we played 15, 21 games together. We didn't expect us to only have 21 games together, but just kind of been that year. Either I'm in or he's in. And the times we do play together, we look really good. And then, somebody's out of the lineup. So just kind of been that year. It's been tough not being able to fully reach our, potential as far as us three being on the floor and, seeing what we really could be. But with that being said, we also have enough to win basketball games. Even when he don't play or I don't play, as you've seen tonight, fought extremely hard. We were there. Let's say some costly plays at the end, last 4 or 5 minutes that kind of cost us the game. But we continue to fight this way. Just give ourselves a chance and see what happens.
Do you have a sense if you could have him on Tuesday? Do you have a sense if you could have him on Tuesday?
I have no idea. Hope so.
AD, what's this team's psychic like right now, and how do you guys maintain a good spirit considering where you are?
We move on to the next game. Like I say, it was, most importantly, we just wanted to make sure that we give ourselves a chance. We fought hard. We know the situation that we're in, especially with losing today. Excuse me. It's another must win, in Phoenix. Team that's playing well, but also can be beat. But the spirits are high. We're not one team that's going to fold, until it's all the way over. We got 4 games left, and our job's to try to go out and compete and win every one of those.
AD, even when you guys were healthy ish for that blank earlier this year. Like,
it was always about what this team could be because continuity and things like that were getting worked out. Have you been able to like kind of think about this team on a night-to-night basis, or have the questions in your mind about where this team is always sort of been big picture because of the goals and because of sort of the nature of the big picture issues that you guys had to face?
No, I think the biggest thing that I think about personally is what we could have been. You know, if we stay healthy all year, what could we have been? You know, of course, you got to figure out, you know, the kinks early on, but you know, after it takes that 10, 12, 15, whatever amount of games to figure it out, you know, you get close to all-star after all-star and you're rolling, you kind of feel like, okay, what could we have been if I was healthy all year, Bron was healthy, you know, K-Nunn is healthy. Like, you think about those things. You know, we put this team together, look really good on paper, but we haven't had a chance to reach that potential with guys being, you know, in and out of the lineup. So the most frustrating part about, you know, this season is just not being sure of what we could have been.
Haiti, what are the emotions around fighting so hard to get back onto the court and then just sort of like the letdown and the stakes of the last two games?
It's basketball. I mean, you know, as long as we're playing hard, you know, there's no moral victories in this league, you know, especially with us. The whole world want to see us lose, to be honest. So, but, I mean, my job is to be on the floor and help these guys win, you know, and I think our spirit is very high in the locker room. You know, we're going to continue to fight. But it's our job to go out there and give ourselves a chance. You know, the five guys on the floor, no matter who it is. And like I said, all these guys have put in the work, put in the effort. Now it's just about, you know, trying to get over that hump. You know, hopefully guys come back in the lineup, LB, and you know, we finish out these last 4 games strong and see what happens from there.
Last 3 questions for Johan, Bill, and then
AD, you have 14 assists over your last couple games. What's been clicking for you from a playmaking perspective?
Just making reads. You know, the guys have been moving the ball extremely well, cutting, getting in the right spots. And so when I make a move or have the ball, you know, these guys are open, you know, whether it's double teams or, you know, me making a move and, you know, they're collapsing or helping. Just trying to get these guys going, knowing that later on I'll be one-on-one or have open looks. And just playing for these guys. I mean, these guys, like I say, putting the work. And we got to be able to trust them. And I want to let them know that I do trust them, no matter the situation. So giving these guys the ball, telling them to shoot, with no hesitation. And that's what they've been doing. You know, I give them the ball and they've been making shots. So, you know, it's my job as one of the leaders on the team to get everyone involved. And, you know, these guys have stepped up, you know, since I've been back on making shots alone.
AD, your tenure here has lined up with Frank's. You guys more or less came in at the same time with Frank. I'm curious how you've seen him navigate this year. It's obviously been so different from the first. They've all been different, but so different from the first two.
Yep.
How have you seen him navigate kind of the repeated challenges of this year, and how in what ways, if at all, has he been different to play for this year than those first 2 years?
I think first year we were healthy. And then last year and this year, we weren't. So, I mean, his coaching style changes, you know, with who's in the lineup as far as plays, schemes, things like that. And, you know, when you don't have myself or Bron in the lineup, then things change. So I think that's the biggest difference, is not being able to coach, you know, a full team, you know, that we put together the last 2 years. Whereas our first year, we were extremely healthy and we knew exactly what we were doing. You know, guys knew their roles and knew their minutes, rotations, you know, but it changes game to game now with, you know, depending on who's in and out of the lineup.
Mark, last question.
Hey, the two-part question here. I was wondering, what do you remember your reaction was a few years ago when you learned about the NBA's plan to have a play-in tournament? And now that you've been a part of that fight to the end these last 2 years, what do you think of the idea?
When they first announced it, I honestly don't remember. I know it's a big thing when the COVID hit in the hiatus, and I think Dane was like, give us a chance and things like that. But the last 2 years, we was in last year, fighting again this year, so I can't say I hate it because it gives us a chance to get in the playoffs and try to win the championship. So, it's been good, but, you know, it'd be better if we're in it. If not, then I hate it. So.